Just 3 years after Adofo-Mensah inherited a mess at the salary cap, things start to get more murky after the 2025 season. How can they maneuver it? Well, it's both simple and complicated, so let's talk about it. Minnesota Vikings salary cap health is better than it's ever been, but things are going to start to look a little interesting moving forward. Right now, the Minnesota Vikings have just over $18 million in salary cap space, but there are some things that they need to have money set aside for, which is why it is currently that high. They need to have around $45 million to sign the draft class. They also need to have $4 to $5 million for the practice squad and $4 to $5 million for in-season moves. Guys who could sign from the practice squad, guys who could sign from the street. Remember Dalton Reisner last year? Those kind of moves. So what happens moving forward? What happens with the Minnesota Vikings as they end up growing and maneuvering throughout the course of the entire season? Well, they're going to use up that salary cap space, which means less rollover money for next year. And this is where things get interesting. They have $32.42 million over the salary cap with 29 committed contracts next year. Now, the committed contracts is going to go up significantly for whatever UDFAs make the roster, along with the draft picks. So you're probably looking at about 6 or 7 extra contracts. So you're looking at around 35 players committed to next year. And that total number is going to go up as well. It's probably going to be closer to 40 or 45 million. So what do the Vikings need to do? Well, this is one of the things that Adofo-Mensah has set up over the course of his tenure. He wanted flexibility to be able to sign good players to value contracts. Now, some of them are market value, some of them are values for the Vikings. But because of that, they have decisions to make. And they have a whopping 11 players that they can end up restructuring to create salary cap space. They could create upward of $100 to $150 million of cap space if they wanted to. The reality is they're going to have to restructure some of these guys. You got Brian O'Neill, who's on the final year of his deal, $18.9 million base salary. You could easily sign him to an extension, cut that down to the vet minimum. That could create upward of, after signing bonus, like 10 to 12 million in cap space. Jonathan Grenard, $18.39 million. TJ Hawkinson, $15.4. Justin Jefferson, $24.99 million, so on and so forth. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of opportunities for the Minnesota Vikings to maneuver money. And if you think about it, it's essentially an interest-free loan because you have to pay it at some point. But by pushing it into the future, what that ends up doing for you is $10 million of salary cap space against $250 million is a lot more expensive than $10 million against $300 million in salary cap space. So the percentages go down as you push the money out. And that's kind of what the Vikings' philosophy is looking to be. They're trying to maximize the now while not screwing over the future. I think that they're able to do both of those things. How will they be able to accomplish it? It's just going to be simple restructures and extensions and getting guys on contracts that they can maneuver with, which is what they've already done. It's going to be really interesting to see how they maneuver it, but it's not a panic mode yet. Don't worry about the red number. That does not mean anything right now. They will find a way. And they will add a couple pieces next year in free agency. I'm Tyler Forness with A to Z Sports. Skol Vikings.